We, the American people, we are angry. Our country is falling into shambles at the helm of Joe Biden and the radical left. How can anyone not see this? Our children are no longer safe to ride their bikes or go to the park. We are no longer safe inside our homes, in our comfort zones in this America.
DHS is rescinding the deportation of an illegal immigrant who killed 19-year-old Adrian Sophia Exum.
The New World Order, touted by the Biden regime, looks like an old world left in ruins. You see, the government is attempting to starve out regular Americans from the basic necessities, including gasoline. They are trying to weaken us, weaken our wallets, and weaken our American pride and patriotism.
With gas prices hitting a new record high overnight
as protests turn violent across America.
The number of migrants apprehended trying to illegally cross our borders is higher than it's ever been before.
Cost of that Thanksgiving feast this year could be the highest in the holiday's history.
They've called us deplorables, domestic terrorists, insurrectionists, racists, and many other things. But the truth of the matter is, these people are projecting their own insecurities on us. They are pitting Americans against one another in an attempt to divide the USA. From attacks on our most cherished document, the Constitution, the swamp has no regard for that document, and it has shown time and time again to empty shelves and mothers who can't find baby formula. Is this Venezuela or the United States?
Across America, store shelves selling infant formula are going bare, and parents are panicking.
Empty shelves from the cereal aisle to deodorant and paper goods, everyday items in increasingly short supply.
I think our policies help, not hurt.
Us real Americans are on the brink of something darker headed our way. On May 22nd, 196 nations will begin voting to sign away their health rights and sovereignty to the United Nations and the Chinese World Health Organization. This basically turns over our Constitution and gives the WHO and the UN the authority to make health decisions for the nations involved, and allows UN troops to be activated under the guise of a pandemic. You see, they need UN troops to do this because American troops are less likely to turn on their own people. Our troops swore an oath to our Constitution, but the UN soldiers did not. War is coming. There is a sinister plan of the most evil forces on earth who are working to control us, place fear in us, and make us government dependent by making us poorer, stripping our freedoms, and the next step is all-out communism. So one must ask themselves, what would George Washington do? We are in the days of a coming conflict between the federal government and we the people that has been brewing for many years.
Oh, meanwhile, up on the steps of the backside of the Capitol, we're seeing protesters overcome the police. The police are now running back into the Capitol building. We have cheers from the protesters that are watching behind the scenes. This is incredible.
Americans have been spoiled by the freedoms that we now take for granted. Most in this country don't know the signs of real war. They don't know the sights of real war. They are used to battles being fought in far distant lands. But this time, war will be fought amongst us, in our towns and cities, amongst our homes. We have something to fight for. We have something to look forward to. UN troops on American soil will be here under orders. Many probably wouldn't even want to be here. They will be fighting under orders. We will be fighting for our homes, our lives, and our freedom. American patriots have the upper hand. We must make it impossible for them to want to be here in the first place once they arrive. I'm not trying to stoke fear or panic, but people need to know this stuff. Well, we must begin to unite, plan, and prep for the worst. The one thing they are afraid of is unity amongst the American people. They fear us. If they did not fear us, that fence around the Capitol would not have gone up. They would not be trying to take away our guns. They would not try to control you. Our media has been lying to us, from CNN to Fox News. It's just a fact. Our mainstream media is controlled by the U.S. federal government. who only allows you to see what they want you to see.
The Biden White House cracking down on freedom of speech just days after Elon Musk's Twitter takeover. Coincidence? DHS Secretary Mayorkas announcing plans for what he calls a disinformation governance board to combat misinformation ahead of the midterms.
Sounds a bit like North Korea, doesn't it? Well, I tell you now, stock up on food and stock up on ammo, because things are getting ugly, my friends. Our time is ticking. The days and hours are counting down. For those who believe that war could never happen here, should think again. For years, we have been told by the government that war would never happen here. Not on American soil, oh no. But that time is nearing closer and closer, my friends. We must never comply with anything because we are Americans. We will remain free. We will fight for it, bleed for it, and die for it. We must protect our children and their future as Americans. When the time comes, communication will likely not be possible. So take names, numbers, and addresses and any information you can of your allies. We will need all of these resources and manpower that we can get. This is a war that has long been in the making. This is good versus evil, created by a power-hungry government hell-bent on control and destroying America and our freedoms. We must stand up, stand against, and never comply with anything that goes against our Constitution, our freedoms, and our rights. We must resist every step of the way. We must resist this tyrannical U.S. government. They need to know that we won't stand for it. They need to know that we have the power, the people, not the government. We call the shots, not them. For far too long, we have sat idle. We have taken and accepted the tyranny and placed it in the back of our minds, hoping it will go away, as you just simply move on with your life. And this is part of the problem. People need to open their eyes and become more involved. Sign up for a group. Advocate for something. We can no longer sit by and let this happen to our country and our lives. The wolves are at the doorstep, huffing and puffing and ready to blow our house down. Will you let that happen? You know, right now we have many Americans who talk about freedom, who complain about lost freedom, people who complain about the government, people who complain about being broke. But these same people will not leave the comfort of their couch on a Sunday for 2 hours to take a stand for freedom. They won't get off their butts to go listen to a speech. They won't take action when the time arises. They sit by and hope it will pass. Well, this is the problem that we cannot continue to have. People need to stop being complacent and allowing our lives, freedoms, and nation to be destroyed by simply just living your life. I ask every one of you to rise up and take a stand now. We must never comply and always resist, no matter what. A day and time will come when good men are forced to do bad things to ensure that America is saved. This is Ryan, founder of Conservative Corner Entertainment 2 on YouTube. I tell you this not to stoke fear, but to prepare you as my fellow Americans and patriots. God bless each and every one of you.